Hi viewers, in this video I am going to teach you about what is a charge and the properties related about charge and some of the basic laws concerning about charge. Starting with what is a charge, you might be wondering what the charge is. Charge is an intrinsic property of every fundamental particles, just like mass. It is an intrinsic property. Intrinsic property in the sense it comes with the body, just like the existence of the body is its own existence to the charge itself. And for the better understanding of what charge does, we conduct a small experiment with two rods of glasses and a silk cloth. Let's take two glass rods and rub them against silk cloth and hang one of the glass rod from the wall, and when we bring another glass rod nearer to the hanging glass rod, we might observe that the glass rods push each other. And in order to explain this phenomena, we come with a conclusion that there might be some property attained by these rods, which must be the same property, and which help them to push each other. And that property we call as charge equivalence, and the, the charge acquired by them makes them to pull each other. So we come to conclusion that the charge acquired them is like, and it pulls each other. So like charges pull each other, and conducting some other experiment with some other bodies, we come conclusion that unlike charges attract each other. Okay, next thing about the charges is that the most important thing and the powerful thing is the law related to the force between two charges, which was given by Coulomb and known as Coulomb's law. It states that the force exerted between two charges placed at a distance r between them is F is equal to k into q1 q2 by r square into r cap, where r is a vector along the line of joining the two charges. And by conducting some experiments, we can make uh, the value of k, and it is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is equal to 8.9 sorry 8.99 into 10 to the power 9 newton meter square per coulomb square, and epsilon naught is the permittivity constant, and its value is equals to 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12 coulomb square per newton meter square. And as we had acquired some of the basic concepts of charge, let's move to the properties of charge. Properties of charge. The first property is that the charge is conserved. Conservation law, just like the conservation of mass, charge is also conserved. That is, charge can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can be transferred from one body to the other, and so on. Charge is quantized. Quantization in the sense is that charge come in discrete lumps. Discrete lumps. But the recent studies have made the quantization of charge doesn't hold. But for our study of for the engineering purposes and engineering calculation purposes, we can take charge as quantized. That is, charge comes in fixed lumps like electrons and protons and so on. Superposition principle. Superposition principle states that the force acting on a charge when there are multiple charges around the charge and it states that the net force acting on charge q1 here in the diagram, and you see in the diagram, and you see in this diagram figure, let's name it a 1, you can say that there were there were total number of charges like 4 here, and what I wanted to do is the force acting on this charge q1, in this charge q1, and the superposition principle comes in handy in calculation of force acting on charge q1. It states that the net force acting on charge q1 is equals to the force due to q2 on q1 and, and removing these two charges. You can calculate this force by using Coulomb's law. And again, removing these two charges, we can calculate the force using this law, and removing these two charges, we can force between these two charges by using Coulomb's law. And by summing up them, we can find the net force, which is our superposition principle. And for a system of n charges, we can use the same formula, just like F1 dot net is equals to F1 dot 2 plus F1 dot 3 plus F1 dot 4 plus F1 and so on for n charges. Thank you for watching my video, and this is the introduction, just like a warm up for coming lectures. And I'm going to teach you about what electromagnetism really, and some of the real life examples of the charge comes in handy. Thank you for watching this video.